Welcome to the Pixel Walking Talking Pre-Public Exam Paper 1. This is the Edexcel Foundation Tier non-calculated paper. The time given for this paper is 1 hour and 45 minutes and there are 100 marks available. Question 1. Write down the percentage of the shape that is shaded. So if we look here at the shape, we can see that 2 of the blocks are shaded out of 8, which is an equivalent of 1/4. As a percentage, 25%. What fraction of the shape here is shaded? 1 out of the 4 sections. We're then asked to shade 3/5 of this shape. Well, if we look here, this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. So if we shade 3 of these columns, we are shading 3 out of 5. Part D, here are some fractions. 2 of these fractions are equivalent to 1/3. Which 2? The 2 fractions that are equivalent to 1/3 is 7 over 21 and 4 over 12. When you simplify these fractions, they simplify to 1 over 3. Question 2. The table shows some information about students attending rehearsals for a school play. How many students attended rehearsals in week 1? So looking at our table here, we see in week 1 we need to add 17 to 12, 0, 14 and 12. Adding up those numbers gives us our total, which is 55. How many more students attended rehearsals in week 3 than in week 2? Well, let's work out how many attended in week 3 and then week 2 and subtract. So looking at our totals from here, week 2, 13 plus 10 plus 0 plus 13 plus 13. So that's for week 2. So the total for week 2 is equal to 49. Let's look now at week 3. Week 3 is here. 20, 27, 27 and 24. Adding those numbers up gives us our total for week 3, which is 94. To find out how many more, we must subtract these 2 values. Subtracting these 2 values gives us the difference, which is 45 students. Though there were 45 students more that attended in week 3 than week 2. Question number 3. On the diagram, mark with arrows, shown here, a pair of parallel lines. So our parallel lines are here and here. These are the lines that never meet. We're then asked to write the letter R where there's a right angle. There are 2 right angles, one this side and one this side. So we need an R here or here. We're then given 6 shapes and told that 2 have rotational symmetry of order true, but no lines of symmetry. So they all have rotational symmetry of order 2, but 2 of the shapes do not have any lines of symmetry. Shape C and shape D. There are no lines of symmetry on these 2 shapes. Question number 3. Here we have 4 n's added together, which simplifies to 4n. 11c subtract 4c leaves us with 7c. 7 times 4 is 28, and then we have an F here, which goes next to the 28. Question 5. A man goes to a supermarket. He buys some carrots and puts them into 2 bags, one large and one small. The total weight of the carrots is 30 kilograms. The weight of the carrots in the large bag is 12 more, not 12 more than the weight in its small bag. So our total is 30. If we have the small bag, which is X, and then we have the large bag, which is x plus 12, because it's 12 more than what was in the small bag. That will help us find the weight of the carrots in the large bag. So simplifying that, we have 30 equals 2x plus 12. 30 subtract 12 is 18 equals 2x, so x equals 9. That means the weight in the small bag is equal to 9, so the large is equal to 9 plus 12 because it's 12 more, which is equal to 21. And then you'll see here that both of these add up to 30. So that's your large, small, and your large. You're asked to find the total weight of carrots in the large bag, so the answer here is 21 kg. A man puts 30 kilograms of carrots in his car to take home. The total weight of the carrots and other vegetables is 132 pounds. What is the weight of the other vegetables? So let's work out the total first by converting this to kilograms. Now we have here the conversion that 1 kg is equal to 2.2 pounds. So we're going to use that if we have the carrots plus the other equals the total. We know that the total in pounds is 132 pounds. We don't know this is what we're trying to find, but we do know the weight of the carrots, but it's in kg. So let's convert that to our pounds by using the conversion rate here. So we're told that he puts in 30 kg, so 1 equals 2.2, so we're going to multiply 30 by 2.2, which gives us 66. So the carrots weigh 66 pounds. To find the weight of the other vegetables, we do 132 subtract 66, which gives us as well 66 pounds. So this here is the final answer for the weight of the other vegetables. Question 6. Here is part of a tram timetable for part of a town, Shirley, to its centre. Helen gets to the tram stop at Shirley at 9:37. She catches the next tram to the town centre. So if we look here at Shirley, she's too late for this one. This one's already left. This one's already left. So this is the next tram that she gets. This arrives into the town centre at 10:03. So our answer to our first question, what time tram should she get to the town centre? That is 10:03. Here is the tram timetable, again from the town centre to Shirley. So this is backwards in the opposite direction. We're asked how many trams are running from the town centre to Shirley leave the town centre before 11. So we're looking here at the town centre before 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then every 30 minutes. So after that, the next tram will be at 10:55. After that, it goes past 11. So there are 6 trams that leave before 11. Carla wants to catch a tram after 18:30 from the town centre to Shirley. What is the time of the first tram she can catch? So we don't have that in the timetable, but we're told just here that after 10:25 they leave every 30 minutes. So the next one, as we've already said, would then be 10:55. 30 minutes on from that will be 11:25. 30 minutes on, 11:55. So between 10:25 and 23:25 here, they leave at 25 minutes past and 55 minutes past. So if Carla wants to get the tram after 18:30, she's missed the 18:25, that's gone, so the next available tram will be at 18:55. Here is some information about sending a parcel to the USA by Quick Parcel. We have two options, a 2-day delivery and a 5-day delivery. Different prices, which are the standard charge, and then plus a different price here, 90p or 50p for every kilogram more than 10 kg. We're told here Sadiq is going to send a parcel that weighs 14 kg. So we can see that that is 4 more than the 10. So we're going to need to be charged for the 4 extra kilograms because it's gone above 10 kg. We've said here that she can send the parcel using either of the delivery. We want to know the difference in the cost between the 2-day service and the 5-day service. So let's work out the price for the 2-day to start with. So for the 2-day, we're looking at £37 plus 90 pence. Let's convert that to pounds, so that's 0.9 by dividing by 100 times 4 for the extra kg. So we're going to have the 37 plus the 4 times 90 pence, which gives us our total cost of £40 and 60 pence. Let's now compare that to the 5-day service. Same method, different numbers. £33 plus, converting this here to pounds, 0.5 multiplied by 4 gives us our total cost of £35. Then we're going to subtract these two values to find the difference, which will be £5 and 60 pence. Hayden sends a parcel to the USA using the 5-day service. So here we're told 5-day service, so it will be here in this box. The cost is £40. We're asked to work out how many kilograms his parcel weighed. So we're using our formula again. So the total cost was £40. Now the standard charge for the 5-day service is £33. So it doesn't matter what weight his parcel was, he was definitely paying £33 to start with. So let's subtract that from the cost. And that leaves £7. And that's additional charges. It's 50 pence for every kilogram of more than 10 kg. So how many kilograms for £7? We're looking at here is dividing by 0.5, which tells us that his parcel weighed 14 kilograms over the 10. So we then add the 10 kg, that gives the total weight of his parcel, which was 24 kilograms. Question 8. Tesco sells bags of tomatoes in 3 different colours: yellow, red and blue. They also sell bunches of broccoli in 2 different colours, green and purple. Ella buys 1 bag of tomatoes and 1 bunch of broccoli. Write down all the possible combinations that can be bought. So doing it systematically, we can have yellow and green, yellow and purple, red and green, red and purple, blue and green, and blue and purple. So these are the 6 different possible colour combinations that can be bought. Question 9. You can use this graph to convert between pounds and kilograms. Question A. Convert 17 pounds, on this side pounds, 17, into kilograms. That's 10 there. 3, 4, 5, 15 is here. 17 is here. So taking your ruler, we're going to draw a line from 17 to the line here, and then drop down. And we're looking here, reading from the scale, approximately 7.8. Part B, the amount of luggage a family can take on an aeroplane is 20 kilograms per person. We have a family of 4 which has 180 pounds of luggage between them. We're asked, can they take all of these onto the plane? So we need to convert the 180 pounds and into kilograms, or the other way round, we need to convert the kilograms into pounds. So let's take a look at the total allowance. So it is 20 kilograms per person, and there are 4 people going. So we times this by 4, that gives the maximum amount of luggage as 80 kilograms. Now we do not have 80 kilograms on here, but we do have 10 kilograms. So if we look here at 10 kilograms, we can draw a line up and across. And we see that 10 kilograms is equal to halfway there, 22 pounds. So if we want to find 80 kilograms, we're going to times 22 by 8, which gives us 176 pounds. So this is their allowance. However, they have 180 pounds of luggage. Therefore, they cannot take all of their luggage onto the plane. So we need to state here, when it says, can they take? No, 176 is less than what they have, which is 180. So they have 4 extra pounds than they are allowed. Question 10. Yvonne has a fair 7-sided spinner. The sides of the spinners are labelled 3 reds, 2 oranges, 1 green and 1 yellow. What colour is the spinner most likely to land on? This is red, because red has the most sections, 3. From the following list, choose the word that best describes the likelihood that the spinner will land on yellow. So there is only 1 out of 7 that are yellow. So it's not impossible, it's not even, it's not really likely, it's definitely not certain. So it's more unlikely that the spinner will land on a 7. What is the probability that the spinner will land on the colour orange? Well, there are 2 oranges out of the 7, so we write that as a fraction, 2 over 7. Question 11. Write down the coordinates of point A. X first, 2 up to y, 1. So bracket 2, 1. The coordinates of B, -2 for x and +3 for y. We're then told that C is point -3, -2, and to mark this on the grid. So we go to -3 on the x and then down to -2. Cross here, mark C. Draw the line of y equals 2 on the grid. So for that we need to go to the y-axis and we need to go to 2. We then draw a straight line through this point on the axis. This here is the y equals 2 line. Question 12. The rule below is used to work out the total hire charge for hiring a cement mixer. We have the number of days multiplied by 15 and then we add £40. So if Terry wants to hire the cement mixer for 6 days, we will do 6 times 15 and then add 40. 6 times 15 is 90. Add 40 gives us our total cost of hiring £130. Maria hires a cement mixer and she's charged £385. We need to work backwards and find out how many days. So first off, let's subtract 40. So 385 subtract 40, because that charge is added on to all of them. 5 take away 0 is 5, 8 take away 4 is 4, and 3 take away 0 is 3. We then need to find out how many 15s divide into 345. Okay, now we don't have a calculator here, so there are a few ways that we may want to do this. First off, we could say that 15 times 10 for 10 days would be 150. Therefore, 15 times 20, 20 days, would be 300. Then we've got an additional 45, so 15 times 3 will give us the 45. So the total number of days is going to be the 20 plus the 3. So Maria hires the cement mixer for a total of 23 days. Question 13. The rule below is used to work out the points difference for a rugby team. Points for subtract points against. So here we have points for, we subtract the points against, and we get the points difference. So we need to work out the missing spaces here. So in this space here, we're going to add our 22 to our 101 to get 123. Here we have a points difference of 7. That means we must subtract 7, so we have 91. Here we can work out the points difference. 101 subtract 156 is going to be negative 55. And here again, this number is going to be bigger than the 135. We add 47 to it because it's a negative difference, will give us 182. Question number 14. This is a regular pentagon. Pentagon has 5 sides. We're asked to find the value of x. If it is regular, all of these sides are equal. So we can find our value of x by taking one of these algebraic expressions and making them equal to 6. So let's go for x plus 1 equals 6. So x equals 5. Now that would work if you had chosen either the other two sides. X is equal to 5. Here we have a quadrilateral and we have angles. We know that in a quadrilateral the angles add up to 360 degrees. So we will add up these angles, 2y plus 1y plus 3y plus 3y. Let's write that down. And we will simplify. 360 degrees is equal to 9y. Therefore, y equals 360 degrees divided by 9. Y is 40 degrees. On the grid below, show how this shape tessellates. You should draw at least 6 shapes. So we need to repeat the pattern, then repeat this shape to make a pattern where there is no spaces. So it needs to be identical, the shape. So let's start here by drawing a shape next door. We have 3 here, 1 here, 1 here, diagonal here, diagonal here, and connecting here. And we can do another one next to that. 1 here, and we can continue. Then we will go up. And then up here, 3 across, 1 up. So it's got to be an identical shape, and we need to place them where there is no gaps between the shapes drawn. So you need to draw at least 6 tessellations shown on any part of the grid. Question 16. We're told here that Dorothy wants to buy a motorbike. She's going to get a loan of £960 to pay for it. So that's the total price that she needs the loan for. She's going to have to pay this back plus interest, so plus an increase of 25%. And she's going to make 12 equal payments. So we will find out how much she pays each month by dividing the answer to this by 12. So first off, we need to find the percentage that she's going to have to pay extra. Well, 100% is equal to the total, 960. So 50% will be half of that value. Half of 960 will be half of 900 is 450, half of 60 is 30. So altogether 480. Half that again to find 25% is £240. So the increase here is going to be the £240. So to find the total that she's going to pay back, 960 plus 240, which is 1,200. Now she's going to pay for that over equal payments of 12. So we need to divide this by 12, which tells us that she'll be paying £100 per month for 12 months in order to pay back the loan for the motorbike. Question 17. Here we have the value of x is -7 and y 4. We need to substitute. So 4x will be 4 multiplied by -7. Add 5y, 5 multiplied by 4. So first let's work out 4 times -7 is -28. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 20. So we're on -28 and we add 20, we will go to -8. Now we're going to factorise here. We need to look for a common factor. Both of these numbers are divisible by 2. 2 outside the bracket, 5y inside the bracket, -7. Factorising again here, we see that there is an x in both terms. Therefore, x is our common factor outside the bracket. Inside the bracket, x plus 3. Question 18. Here are the ingredients to make 6 chocolate cupcakes. Andrew's going to make some chocolate cupcakes. He wants to make as many as possible. Here is a list of the ingredients he has and the amounts. We need to work out the greatest number of chocolate cupcakes that Andrew can make. It's really important you lay your work out correctly here because there is an additional mark available for the quality of your written communication. There are lots of ways that you could approach this question. I'm going to suggest that first off you find out how many of each ingredient is needed to be able to make one cupcake. So we're going to divide each one of these numbers by 6. So let's show our working out over here. 150 divided by 6. 6 goes into 15 twice, remainder 3. 6 goes into 30 5 times. So we need 25 grams of butter. Let's make that a little bit smaller. So for the butter here, 25 grams. The sugar, 90 divided by 6, is going to give us, for the 6 here, how many times does 6 fit into 9 once, remainder 3. How many times does 6 fit into 30? 5 times. So we need 15 grams of sugar. For chocolate, it's 120 divided by 6. 6 goes into 12 twice, so 20. And here for the flour, 210 grams divided by 6. 6 goes into 21. 6 times 3 is 18. So we have 3, remainder 3. How many times does 6 fit into 30? We've done this several times, 5. So the quantity of flour for 1 is 35 grams. So with each of these ingredients now, we can work out how many of these fit into our ingredients that Andrew has available. So let's first off the butter. So for the butter now, we have 450 divided by 25. So we're looking at how many times does 425 fit into 450. Now, for 100 we have 4, and there's 4 lots of those, plus then the 2 that fit into the 50. That means he can make 18 cupcakes with the amount of butter. In terms of sugar, he has 225, and for each cupcake he needs 15. So we're dividing 225 by 15, which will give us 15 cupcakes. Then moving on to the chocolate, he has 500 grams, and for each one he needs 20. So this one's an easier division. He can make 25 cupcakes with the amount of chocolate. Now we will look at flour. He has 800 grams and he needs 35 for each one. So we're looking here at 800 divided by 35. Now that's not going to work perfectly, so let's try and simplify. First, let's divide through by 5. Which will give us 160 divided by 7. And then we're looking at how many 7s fit into 160. Well, 140 divided by 7 gives us 20. So it's 20. Then we have 20 left over, divided by the 7. Not quite 3, but almost. So it's going to be 22 point something. Now what's important here is that we compare each one of these. So the butter, he has enough to make 18, sugar 15, chocolate 25 and flour 22 point something. But we have to go with the lowest amount because he only has enough for 15 with the sugar. So this will determine the maximum number of cupcakes he can make will be 15 cupcakes. Question 19. There are some chicken pies, beef pies and Cornish pasties on sale at the football grounds of the Crystal Hopefuls and the Wimbledon Duns. These pie charts show information about the number of pies sold on one Saturday. What fraction of the pies sold by Crystal Hopefuls here are Cornish pasties? So here we can see Cornish pasties is 150 degrees out of the 360. We can cancel here and here and then see that both these numbers are divisible by 3. So we can simplify to 5 over 12. We're told that 4,000 chicken pies were sold here for the Wimbledon Duns. So this is 4,000. How many Cornish pasties did they sell? So if we have 80 degrees, it's equivalent to 4,000. So let's find out what 10 degrees is. So 4,000 here divided by 8 will give us the value for the number, which will be 500. From that we can then work out 190 easily by multiplying by 19 to give us 9,500. So this is the number of Cornish pasties sold on the day. We're then asked who sold more beef pies. Well, if we look here at our pie charts, the beef pies here is 120 and here it is a right angle, so this will be equal to 90 degrees. However, we can't tell because we do not know how many pies were sold here at all. We can only see the proportions. So when asked who sold more, we need to write down we can't tell. Why? Because we do not know how many pies Crystal Palace hopefuls sold in total. Question 20. Cleo makes chocolate. The chocolate is in the shape of a cuboid bar, shown here. Cleo is going to make a different chocolate bar with the same volume. The new chocolate bar will also be in the shape of a cuboid, and it's going to have a cross section here of 5 by 5, so the area of this part will be 25 centimetres squared. We're asked to find out how long. So first let's find the volume of the original, which is found by 2 times 5 times 30, which is equal to 300 centimetres cubed. So here we need to have an answer of 300 from 25 times x. So x is going to need to be equal to 12. Question 21. George wants to find out how often students use the student gym. He uses this question on a questionnaire. How often do you use the student gym? With the option boxes here for responses, a little, sometimes a lot. Write down 2 things that are wrong with this question. Well, first here we have no time frame. In the question, it just asks how often do you use the student gym? It needs to insert here a time period. So in this part here, you would need to have something like in a week, or in a month, in a year, etc. It needs to have a time frame. So when we're asked to assign a better question, we need to insert this part into the question. The other thing that's wrong with this is the response boxes. They're too vague. A little, sometimes a lot, mean different things to different people. So here we have our second thing that's wrong with this question, which is that the response boxes are too vague. Now, to improve this, it would be better to use numerical values. So here, how often do you use the student gym in a week? So our first response box could be no time, then 1 to 2 times, 3 to 4 times, and then 5 or more. Question 22. Here we have a set of parallel lines. We're told here that these two are equal, so we have an isosceles triangle. That means that this angle here is equal to this angle here, and we're given the angle here is 100 and asked to work out the size of the angle x. So first off, we have identified that we have isosceles triangle here and the parallel line. So there's going to be some alternate and corresponding angles. So first let's take our highlighter here and look at our 100. So we have 100 here, which will mean that if we are to go across and down, that these two angles here will be equal. So this angle and this angle will be equal. These two are alternate angles. Similarly here and here we have alternate angles that will be equal. So all 4 of the yellow angles are equal. This means then that we can start by subtracting 100 from 180, which will give us the missing 2 angles here and here, which sum to 80. So we divide by 2, and each of those angles is going to be equal to 40. So we have 40 here, we have 40 here. We'll also have 40 here, and we'll also have 40 here. Angles on a straight line add up to 180, therefore our missing angle here of x is 140 degrees. It's really important that you write down the reasons that I have described for each one of the points. Question 23. We're told here that Linda buys boxes of burgers and packets of buns for people at a barbecue. There are 12 burgers in a box and 28 buns in a packet. So this is key information, 12 burgers and 28 buns. So we need, each burger needs a bun to go with it, and less than 100 people attend the barbecue. And we need to feed everyone one burger and one bun. He has no burgers and no buns left. How many packets of buns and how many boxes of burgers did he buy? So what we really need to find is the lowest common multiple of the two numbers, 12 and 28. So let's start writing out the multiples of 12. 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, up to 100. For 28, 28, 56, 84. And we notice that the number that appears in both of the columns is 84. Therefore, the number of packets for the burgers, we can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packets of burgers, 7 burger boxes, and 1, 2, 3, 3 bun packets. Question 24. The diagram shows a plan of a classroom. The area of the classroom is 104 metres squared. We need to find the value of x. So here we have a compound shape. Our first step is to split the shape. We can split it this way, or we can split it this way. Let's work out the area here of A. 11 times 5. Which is 55 metres squared. We work out the area here of B. Now the length here for the B part, we're looking at this. Now all the way is 12, this part is 5. So 12 subtract 5 will give us our distance here, which is 7. So this length is 7, this length is x, multiplying together, 7x. So our total area, which is equal to 104, is equal to 55 plus 7x. 105 subtract 55 is 49. So 7x equals 49. 49 divided by 7, x equals 7. So the missing dimension here is 7.